All right, slugs, we have quite a show for you. We are in Goth again, and we have the hilarious Distefano, who used to be my roommate, here telling us all the secrets.
So, Annie, you're going to be on the road. Where are you headed?
Thanks, little one. I will be in Springfield, Missouri at the Blue Room on February 4th and 5th. Also in February, I will be in British Columbia at the House of Comedy. I'm just going to be in a lot of places. I'm going to be in Vegas. I mean, I'm going everywhere. So check annieletterman.com/shows.
That's what she said. Doesn't make sense there. You guys, this weekend, I'm coming to Raleigh, North Carolina. I had to check because I wasn't sure what state that city is in. And I'll be there February 3rd through 5th at Good Nights Comedy Club. And I'm going to Indianapolis, Philadelphia, San Diego, Austin, Texas, Chicago, and so much more. Get tickets at estheronIce.com. But Raleigh, I'll see you this weekend and enjoy today.
That's what she said.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Are you our first boy? Oh, no. Rick Glassman, but
He's not like a real
he's not a
guy,
real guy.
though.
Wait, is he the first guy, though, when we've all been here together? Like,
think
because
so.
there is like a vibe in the room. Like, there's a boy among
Well,
us.
it was the same with Jessica Kirsten, where we got a little bit like.
Yeah. Why? Because she's like more like manly? What were you saying?
That was a high squirt day.
We all turned gay that day.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
Well-
Jessica's good, great and gay.
Yeah, she's
I love
a great
Jessica
gay.
Kirsten.
She's a great gay.
Shout out Jessica Kirsten.
So today, the theme is goth.
Goth 2.0.
Because originally it was going to be goth with you the first time we did goth, but we lost you. So we did it.
Where did I go? What do you mean you lost me?
You didn't come here. I think
Was
our first goth episode was supposed to be dedicated to you.
Right.
And somehow, I don't know what happened, but
Well, it's probably George.
See, the thing is
Definitely
with you is like
George's
they
fault.
look goth, but you just look like Mexican. You know, like you just look like a like a Mexican school teacher.
I was going
at a Christian school with the
Yeah.
crosses.
I actually was going for mom goth because I was like, okay, let's do adult goth.
Yeah.
I could go goth, but something where I could still pick my kids up from
Can
school.
I just tell you,
Right.
adult goth is something that's going to trigger Esther? It's steampunk.
Steampunk is scary.
What's steampunk?
It's what are you afraid you're going to get like run over by one of those unicycles or something?
Steampunk is like whenever you see like hipster people with like goggles on.
But the goggles, no, it's not like ski goggles. It's like a top hat with goggles. It's like Mad Max style.
Why do they? And this is like a look, like a hipster look.
Yeah, isn't that scary?
I
It's
like to
just
play
so
a game
nerdy.
sometimes, like in the neighborhood I grew up in. It's very, very, very gentrified now. But like play a game, like take a picture of someone and say hipster or history. Is this a person from history, or are they just fucking somebody getting cashew milk?
I do his. Is it a hipster or a wizard? They're always like
Yeah.
dressed like they're like.
It's a type. It's a Silver Lake look.
Silver Lake look. No, but I like it. I like the goth vibe, and I got to be honest, like the belt in my neck, like it's kind of like I don't know.
You feel like you're in a hotel on the road.
Yes.
Hired a few ladies to come help
Ladies.
get you up on the. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like I'm with Tim Dillon. Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not seeing you in mesh right now.
I know because
Tell us what happened.
I just am disgusting. And
What'd you do? I saw you eat a muffin. You crushed a muffin.
Oh,
real fast.
that's the
He goes,
third
I don't
muffin
even
I've eaten
care.
today.
He grabs the muffin and goes, I don't even care. And it's like, no one thought you did.
Damn.
Wait, you just ate it. You walked in and ate a muffin.
Ate a muffin
That's-
right away. And this morning I had a muffin.
Is
And
Jazzy going to be like, you ate a muffin? What do you mean by that?
no, she
Jazzy?
wants you to be a fat piece of shit.
She wants you to be.
Oh, yeah,
just
she wants me to be
disgusting.
disgusting.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm a chubby chaser.
Me and
Bonafide
Khalyla-
chubby chaser.
Mhm.
I love a good fat boy.
Yes.
But Jazzy, she's not coming for you. Man.
But not like you still are like buff fat. Like I want
Yeah.
sloppy fat.
Yeah, the thing is Jasmine gets mad because like my body's like atrocious with no shirt on, but she's like, but you're still strong. So she's like, I don't like that you're still strong, like in
Yeah.
the gym.
She
And
wants
I'm
to
like,
get fat and weak.
Wait, why
Yes.
doesn't she want you to be strong?
I don't know. I
Because
think
she wants to be lift more than you.
yes, I think she gets mad.
She's ripped.
Jazzy looks like she could fuck shit up.
And she's lefty. So there's been a couple of times where like, she's throwing a swing at me. And if she was a righty, I would have gotten out of the way, but she caught me with a nice left.
You leaned into it
Yeah,
accidentally.
I was like, oh shit.
She got both eyes
yeah,
somehow.
yeah,
Domestic violence
Yeah.
going on over there? Okay.
yeah,
Esther's horny.
yeah. Anytime you see me boxing on my Instagram, it's because she caught one of my DMs. So I'm like just getting prepared.
Wait, I'm just genuinely curious. I'm not trying to be rude, but do you wear a shirt on during sex?
I get completely naked, actually, even taking my chain and bracelet, like everything, like fully butt naked.
Right. I feel like everything, you're so like the type of guy that every piece of jewelry was given to by someone very special. I feel
yeah.
It was this is like a 40-year-old.
Yeah, no. This is Jasmine. My chain is my mother. I used to have another chain that was Jasmine. I had my father's pinky ring.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never actively bought jewelry. Like, anything in my life, if you were like, anything I bought has been bought on Amazon or the Gap. Like, nothing that I have that's nice and worth value was ever bought by me. It was only given to me because I don't actually know what I'm doing.
I have a question. Who is shopping at the Gap?
Me
Esther?
and my mom.
I think
anyone who buys Yeezy hoodies.
Yes.
Gap is coming back.
I look at Gap and I go, I really feel like there should be a Gap in the mall where this Gap is, because how is this boring shit still being sold?
I know. And the
their
clothes,
jeans are great.
they're great, but it shrinks. You can't dry the Gap clothes. It will shrink immediately.
But what if it's not that it's shrinking and it's you eating
It's me a muffin. I know. It probably is.
It's hard to tell since COVID. I'm like, what is this?
That's really smart that you take your jewelry off for sex, because one time in high school I was having sex and I was wearing my grandfather's dog tags from World War II.
And guys, that was on her clit ring. It was really rough.
I was like, I'm going to take these off.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. I would love to have my grandpa's dog tags.
It's like stolen valor.
I know. My grandpa was a Nazi.
I can tell by your neck width.
I know.
It's a German Shepherd, his dog tags.
But you're Distefano, you're very Italian.
No,
right?
I thought, and then I actually, because for in the neighborhood I grew up in, it's called Ridgewood. It's in like Queens, Brooklyn area, and it was like a huge German neighborhood when my mom was a kid, like huge. And as I grew up, it wasn't as German, but there's even a bakery there called I forgot what the name of the bakery is, but that bakery, they provided.
Can I guess what it was called? The gas chamber?
The gas chamber, yes. They provided, Hitler's hub.
Hitler's hang. You can come paint or...
but they provided like the pastries and coffees for when the Nazis sold out Madison Square Garden in like 1937. Because before...
Were they selling tickets?
They sold out
MSG. It wasn't like show up?
They were like Tom Segura.
They sold out tickets to all of us.
I did know Tom hated Jews, but to know that he actually does the same ticket sales?
No, they sold out the garden before like the whole Hitler stuff. But so anyway, my whole life growing up, like there was like German families that still live there, and they'd always come up to me, if I walk in the street and talk to me in German, and I'd always be like, I'm not like German, I don't know what they're saying. And then I did Ancestry.com, and it found out my ancestry was like 95% from Germany. And I was like, holy shit. The Distefano, it was just like my dad's dad's last name, my dad's last name, but like he was mostly German. His mother was mostly German. My mother was like full.
Who fucked the monkey to get your forehead though?
I know. I don't know. I know because I do have a Neanderthal head.
I've known Chris so long. Chris and I, we used to do shows at the open mics and Donnell Rollins shows.
Laugh Lounge.
At the Laugh Lounge.
2009.
It's been gone.
Yeah.
Chris would show up. You were always ripped. You weren't as thick as you are now, but you were always ripped. And he was always wearing like a basketball. What?
Yeah.
No, thick is fine. This is good. Okay. We like thick now.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
His girlfriend's trying to...
It's like over for me. Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Does that, because you seem like Italian is very much your identity, but maybe I just project that like onto you. Are you freaked out that it's like all a lie?
No, I think you're probably feeling, I'm just very New York. So that I think gets confused with being Italian. It was a little like shocking, like you feel like you're lied to your whole life. I was like, why did everybody tell me I was always 100% Italian or that we were Italian? And my dad was like, that's what I thought. And then we did like 2 Ancestry.com tests, and both of them were like 95, 98%.
But what
German.
if Ancestry.com is like, there's like a warehouse somewhere where someone's like, they're all getting together, like, let's tell this person they're this,
I just think this. The first time I ever saw you, I thought to myself, that's a German.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There isn't a more German-looking German.
Was your dad German? What was your dad?
Well, a lot of my family live in Germany.
Yeah.
And they all
well, it was a little bit, after knowing that information, it was a little scary, and I'm calm. I'm over it now. But it was a little scary because all through high school and college, I love World War II. Like it's a part of history I'm obsessed with. But I always were like, besides the Nazis doing what they did with the Holocaust, that's horrible. But like other than that, like they had a point on why they were going to war. Like I would always be
it's like in your blood.
Justifying. I was like, their uniforms were nice, and hey, I'd be mad too if
Esther's scared.
And I was just
look
like,
at Esther's face.
I know, but then I was like, wait, Chris, stop this. you don't like anything about the Nazis. And I don't. I hated what they did with the Holocaust. And I do believe that if I was alive back then, I probably would have been a Nazi because I lived in Germany, but I would have been one of the nice Nazis and not done anything at all with those. I would have not ratted because my last name would have been Distefano, so I can't rat on the concentration camps, but I wouldn't have participated. And I would have tried to get Jewish people out.
Let's say you go into someone's house and you hear a creaking in the attic.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This conversation.
You go in, you see a girl that looks a lot like Esther.
Okay.
She's writing in a journal. She's masturbating.
Right.
What do you do? Do you?
I would
do
go
you
up
tell
to her.
people?
I'd say exactly this. I'd say, "Are you Jewish?" And you'd say yes. And I'd say, "You have a choice right now. If you have a muffin back there, you say it. If not, you're dead."
And you know those attic Jews always had muffins. That's
always.
But
Jewish people are great bakers. They are like sex freaks, German people, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they have the weirdest porn.
Berlin has like the best like sex clubs ever.
How do you know? Are we going?
We might be.
Oh my gosh, we're never going to a strip club. We're going straight to a sex club.
to it.
Do you like strip clubs? Because I find that like I'm always asking men like, what's the good strip clubs, and they're like not that into them nowadays.
Yeah, for me, strip clubs, I've been to them, but I never ever like really go to a strip club willingly. I've probably been to a strip club 5 times in my life, maybe, and I've never had sex with a prostitute. I've never even thought about it.
I'm going to say something.
I've never even thought about getting a prostitute.
I think the guys that don't like strip clubs that much are the guys that like can pretty easily get girls. Like you have games, so you didn't have to go.
Yeah, I mean,
spend money
maybe,
to look at a girl. You probably could have gotten a girl to dance for you.
Like I remember going to a strip club in Tampa after a show in like 2014, 2015, but it's just because they had really good steak. Like it was just the food, and I like wasn't interested at all. But I guess, and I never thought about it, but I guess because there was a girl.
I would be like, there's no steak sandwiches when I'm dancing naked. Okay, we're not having anything.
Well, the Vegas ones,
vaginal.
they have like the 5 a.m. buffets, like the breakfast buffets.
That's so funny. But isn't it if they have food, they can't show tits? Or am I
no,
wrong?
they show the vagina.
Then
there's no alcohol in vagina in the same place.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah, I've gone to the point now in the age, I don't know if maybe because I have 2 girls, but I've just like, now it's like, I used to be like a full on, like, I just like, even if you were like fake boobs, fake ass, like you could just trick me and I'd be like, I fucking love you. Like I was just obsessed, like, but now I'm like, I'd actually really would, like if I was single, like rather like really get to know a girl and talk to them. And like literally, like if you came on too strong with sex, I'd be like, I don't, maybe
Khalyla's out.
I don't need it. I'd be like, I just want to. I would I would like somebody who's like, and like smart and like has done things with their life. Like, but before I was just like, if you're literally like, if you just have like above a C cup, I'm fucking in.
I know some of your ex-girlfriends and they do not have C cups.
But they had something else. They had big butts and tattoos.
And like so funny and
but I just it is that thing
I have a
where it's
linebacker.
like. It almost like I was struggling with it a few months ago. I even talked to Jasmine, my girl, and I was like, I feel like I'm gay. Like I genuinely feel like I'm gay. Like I'm not like, and she was like, no, she was like, I don't think you're like, she's like, I've thought if you were gay or not.
We all have
but she was like, why do you think you're gay? And I was like, because I don't know. Like I don't find myself watching that much porn anymore. I'm not like looking at other women and being like, oh my God, it'd be so great to have sex with her. I don't care.
Maybe
anymore.
you drained your balls too much. Maybe you had it all. You're a good looking white guy. Maybe has just had it all.
I don't know.
I
don't know if I've had it all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think that all people like go through ebbs and flows because I know for me, sometimes I'm like super horny, like let's have sex all the time. And then I will
She's talking about when she's on the podcast looking at Khalyla.
And then I'm like, no. And then sometimes I'm like, I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm just completely turned off to it. I'm not even.
Yeah, it could be like, it's like you go, it's like I always said I was
just
like
on or
sexual
off.
bipolar.
Or you could be gay.
Yeah,
That's
see,
a fun
that's
concept
are
for
you
me.
looking at guys and going, I want to fuck that ass?
That's the thing. No. And I've said
Are
this
you sure? Have you seen Carlos?
I've seen Carlos, yeah.
Carlos,
Yeah.
come give us a spin.
I like Carlos, yeah.
Let's see this outfit on Carlos.
Look at
this
Carlos.
was supposed to
I'm
be.
bringing lipstick too for Chris.
I like Carlos. Look at that. See
Look
that?
at this body. You know what you have? You have like an 90s body. Does he have like a?
He's got a 90s body and yeah. And when you take your hat off, it's fucking wild, dude.
It is
I love
wild.
it because a lot of guys don't pull that off, but you do. You know?
It's a whole look
I
that
like
needs
it,
to be
dude.
leaned into.
I actually think that's way hotter than when you have a hot
it's so
a hat
confident.
on. It's almost like I don't give a fuck. My dick is so huge. I don't give a fuck.
That's not like, I mean, the dick thing, but it feels like I don't care.
That's the
I love
biggest
it.
dick energy.
Yeah.
But I go to Erewhon like this, and I think it's funny because everyone stares at me, and I'm always like,
Nah, dude. you would stand out in the crowd. I think it's great.
Can we?
Look like a
Is
figure
it cultural
skater.
appropriation if we cornrow your sides? We've got to.
yes.
We need to have someone on that can cornrow. I feel like
can
you can. I know you can.
I actually can. Damn it, Annie. It's time to give your man a gift that 4 million men worldwide trust, which is Manscaped. The leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Use our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code TRASH for 20% off plus free shipping.
What I love about Manscaped is that they make the Lawnmower 4.0. It's their electric trimmer that is designed to trim the hair on loose skin. And get this, the trimmer's advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on, all the delicate areas. And it has a 4000K LED spotlight so you can shave anywhere your heart desires.
On top of that, you can take it in the shower with you because it's waterproof. You can shave anything and everything in the shower so you can say goodbye to any left behind hair in the sink. Oh, that is such a gripe of mine. Please, no hair in the sink.
I know, it's so wild. There's something so disgusting about those little straight tiny hairs in the
This package also includes the Weed Whacker, nose and ear hair trimmer to whack all of the worst of his weeds. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts, their Shed travel bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs to keep his boys stored comfortably.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code TRASH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TRASH. Gift his Cupid an arrow from Manscaped this Valentine's Day.
You guys, let's talk about it. Magic Spoon. It's my favorite cereal. I had it for dinner last night. I had Fruity with some almond milk.
I just have a feeling that wasn't all you had for dinner, but it's cute that your dinner appetizer.
Why did we have to give up cereal in the first place?
Because it's actually filled with sugar and
Preservatives.
really bad stuff for you. And it breaks like every law of every diet that ever was, except that's why we have Magic Spoon now.
Because it's actually 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving.
And it's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, all of the things. And you can build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle that include cocoa, fruity, frosted peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and even maple waffle.
I mean, sometimes you're just really craving that sugary cereal fun taste. And Magic Spoon is a way where I can have that as a meal and actually be full from the protein, actually not feel like a slob because I just ate a bowl of sugar. Like, it really has made my life better.
Yeah, I never thought I was going to be able to drink cereal milk again at the end, but...
You guys can go to magicspoon.com/Tuesday and grab a custom bundle of cereal and start your new year off right. And be sure to use our promo code Tuesday at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll literally refund your money, no questions asked. So there's no reason not to try it.
Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/Tuesday and use the code Tuesday to save $5 off. We thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. Would Jazzy ever just let you have a gay experience just to try it out?
I think she would. I got a little nervous once, like a year ago. She was like giving me a blowjob, and she started like playing with my ass, and I came like immediately. So I was a little bit like, whoa. And she was like, damn.
I've
Like,
never met
right to the touch.
Every guy I've hooked up with has liked ass play.
Interesting.
Yeah,
'Cause
doesn't read
Except
as
Bobby.
gay to me.
Except
They
Bobby.
also don't have a choice with Khalyla.
No, Bobby has never let me, and he's the guy who's been with the most guys.
Right.
Wait,
Right.
what?
So Bobby has had sexual experience with other men when he was younger, right?
Oh, right.
But like the straightest dudes I've ever been with, they all love ass play.
Yeah, that
It
doesn't
feels
read
so
as gay.
good. It feels good for
Okay.
me. I can't imagine it not feeling good for men.
Have you ever seen a guy you want to hook up with? Genuinely.
No, but I will say I think if you ask me who I am as a person sexually, I would say I fall in love with men, have sex with women. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say most likely
I'm
describes
surprised
me.
because you.
Is that me?
What?
The opposite?
That you
Maybe.
fall
I
in love
fall
with
in
women
love
and
with
have sex
I
men.
really I feel like
Yeah.
I fall in love with women and have
Yeah.
sex with men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be that.
I
Like,
just-
there's
No,
been-
I think it's the opposite for you. Maybe you fall in love with men, you want to have sex
But
with
she
women.
gets nervous about the
Oh,
sex
no?
stuff. But I think any sort of gay thing that's not the thing that you had done your whole life. Even like I would say like if I was a lesbian and then I would probably be so nervous hooking up with a guy.
Oh.
Like you seem to get you don't think you get a little nervous?
no, I
around the
do. I
touchings?
totally would be nervous with a girl. Yeah.
I think more than
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
Well,
I-
it almost feels like I think that like women, like it's easier for a woman to have a gay experience and then go back to
Yeah, for sure.
It's once a guy has a gay experience, it's hard to just
once you feel
because
the
I think the
tightness
male
of that
ego, it's
hole.
kind of like, well, you're gay, which is fine, but it's just kind of like if you do that, you're that. You can't come back.
But Gen Z is changing that. I feel
That's
like
very true.
because nowadays, like girls will date guys.
It's
but,
actually
like,
Gen.
and
It's Gen they. So
but you know, like I've heard young girls will talk with their boyfriends about like how to give blowjobs because their boyfriend.
I
Has
feel
done
like
it
I was
too.
the first Gen Zer because I've always been attracted to dudes who,
Who like guys?
yeah.
Can you?
Interesting.
I've always liked to have boyfriends that are straight that have never been attracted to guys make out with my gay friends. That is a
Ooh,
power
yeah.
move that I liked.
Interesting.
And
I
I have Khalyla's name tattooed on me because I'm in love with her.
Yeah. I mean, Annie and I we were roommates
We
for,
were roommates.
What?
It was. I think you paid rent for like 3 months,
and I
were
stayed there
one
twice.
night. 2 nights. I was not aware of the second night.
Mike Racine disgusted me. That's why.
He is.
Who is he?
No, Mike Racine's great.
Mike Racine is one of the funniest, weirdest, most honest, strange
Truthfully.
people. I mean, he really is so weird.
Truthfully.
There's autism in his family, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
say there isn't a spectrum situation with him.
Yeah.
But he's like the most shifty-eyed person. He's farted himself out of jobs before.
Yeah.
What?
Dan
Yeah.
St. Germain took him on a job interview with him to get
Yeah.
him a job on something, and he farted in the elevator and then said, do you think, hey guys, did a ghost fart?
Dude, I hired him to move me out of one of my apartments.
Did he
in my-
break something?
Who
Yeah.
is this guy? I need
He
his
broke
number.
something. He broke a couch that I had that had like you could plug it in and had like a recliner or whatever. He broke that. Then he showed up to my apartment with just him and no truck. And I was like, "What are you doing? Where's your truck and everything?" He's like, "What? You hired me? Like I thought you and I were going to do it." I was like, "No, dude, I hired a moving company. You told me you had a moving company." And he's like, "Oh, should I go get a U-Haul truck?" I was like, "Yes. What the fuck?" And then we did it. And then he literally broke a couch and we had to go to, he left something back at, we're moving from Staten Island to Brooklyn. There's a toll to pay, a bridge. And he forgot something at my apartment in Brooklyn. And he goes, "Oh shit, I forgot this chair." And I was like, "Well, you have to like go back and get it." He goes, "Yeah, but you're gonna have to pay for the tolls and the gas."
I know, he's
I
just
was
so
like,
crazy.
"Oh my God, take it, Mike."
He first of all, he started selling pasta sauce at one point.
Oh
which
yeah,
was,
it's actually very good.
and it's so good.
So good.
Is
He
it still
also is-
available?
It is still available. We'll get a bottle of it.
Yeah.
He's so funny. He's so good. But when we live together, he's just gross. Like there's just something
Yeah.
off, and he will do things like he'll pick his boogers and then keep them in like.
Oh.
What? I'm gonna throw
pile.
up.
Does shit like that.
I
He used to
mean-
smell Annie's underwear.
Here's your bell,
Like-
Esther.
Did he really?
Well, he would be like, "Hey, Annie's door isn't locked."
Oh my god! No, that really. I used to do a joke about it because he really the first day
Yeah,
we
it's
lived
true.
together. He's like, "Why do you lock your bed?" He goes, "Annie, why do you lock your bedroom door at night?" And I was like, "Literally because why." The fact that you even know I lock it is why I lock my phone,
Yeah.
psycho.
He's a fucking psycho.
We had a railroad apartment, so like we shared a wall and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just so frightening.
Guys do that shit. I remember once Benji came to my apartment and I caught him going through my laundry and he was taking pictures of my dirty underwear, the crusty part, as blackmail.
Ew.
I know.
Racine once, I had a knock at the door, and then under the door slid a cartoon of 2 stick figures. One was with long hair.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. One was him sitting there. And then I was blowing him, and he was holding a gun to my head. And he said, "You," pointing to the man.
You laughed at that. Now it's like you'd get arrested. for
No,
that.
every story I tell about Mike is so funny. And then people are like, "This is so troubling."
Yeah, they're like it's abuse.
He said, because I used to always be like, "Do not hit on me. Like, whatever you do not hit on me." And he'd be like, one day he just went, "Annie, you look beautiful." And so I spit in his face. And then he went into his room, he gathered all his crusty cum rags and he threw them at me. And it was like the funniest, it was so funny. I can't even explain to you how funny it was. Like, it was so disgusting. We were crying, laughing. Then another time I was just sitting there and he came in and he just Febrezed my pussy. It's just like endless things with
And now he's like married with a kid.
I know, and his wife
his
is
kid's
like
so
so cute, and his wife is so beautiful and smart and like a real person.
Okay.
And she loves Mike.
This
Yes.
is bringing me to a topic that I like am so obsessed with. And I get it. It's just the way of the world. But like a guy that you're explaining who's a comedian and a mover, like he has a kid. The three of us don't like, I just feel like I'm so jealous that
I would like to be a dad.
I want to
Yeah.
be
I
a
would like
dad.
to be a dad.
And I'm like, I think we need to get surrogates.
Yeah, we do
Right.
need to
Oh,
get
you don't
started.
want to actually give birth.
It's
Like,
just so much time.
It's time, yeah.
It's so much
Yeah.
time. And
it's a lot.
What do you? This is what Bobby said about surrogacy because I posed the question. I was like, "Look, like I got a heart condition, like also
I can't
just,
die.
like,
I can't go under that.
Can't-
But
And,
you
you
get
know,
pregnant so easily.
I do.
It's those hips. They're just
Maxine. But then he was just like, honestly, Khalyla, I would have no respect for you. Is what he said.
If you got pregnant?
No, if I got a surrogate.
Oh, okay.
He's like, do the work, bitch.
Right.
I do think there's got to
I
be
swear
like
to
a
God, that's
difference
what he
with your
said.
bonding with the kid though, because the pregnancy is like the whole bonding.
He's more like, he's like, I want to watch a baby come out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
I'm like, that is
fascinating.
so grotesque, but thank you for being honest.
No, it's crazy to see. Like I've
How
been in there
fast?
twice.
How fast were you trying to bang her afterwards?
Immediately. No, the first one, it's funny. The second like OBGYN we had, she said that to me. She was like, you can't like even attempt to have sex with her for like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
And I
just
was
leave
like,
her
okay.
alone.
She was just like, just don't even
I
try.
have a friend who had sex a week out because her stitches were so itchy. And she
Oh,
couldn't
that's
get to
so
them. And
funny.
she was like, can you just fuck the
Can you
itch
dip-
out of me?
Yeah, can you dip the
Interesting.
Yeah.
itch?
This time with my first daughter, Delilah, I was being told, don't look down, and I didn't. I really, really didn't. And then at the last second when she was coming out, because babies are born with like long fingernails, she hit Jasmine's vagina on the way out, and fucking all of a sudden, like I felt like fluid or something dripping onto my sneaker. So I looked down and it was just full of blood, and I was like, what the? And I just saw it like geysing blood out.
She was just trying to stay in.
Yeah, and no. She just fucking on the way out, fucking nicked her mom's vagina.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then with my second daughter, they were like, it was more of like, not so like scientific. It was more like, it's your second baby, dad. You know what to do, whatever. Hold her hand, and I was like holding Jasmine's hand. I knew like not to look down or whatever. But then, it got to the point where for some reason, Violet, my 7-month-old, she had the umbilical cord wrapped around her neck.
Oh, I had that too.
Yo, so it got like, it went from
Explains so
so
much.
happy to like fucking, like
Panic,
literally
yeah.
in 30 seconds, she was like, you, hold her leg now. Like I was like, oh shit. So then I had no choice. I was like in front of Jasmine's like vagina, and I've never seen, like it got like this big where I was like, holy shit. Like I couldn't believe, like I could look in and be like, oh my God, is that your pancreas? Like
That's
it was,
so.
but it was
funny.
crazy. It's crazy to be like a parent and have kids. It's very, very, very difficult. You're like the level of exhaustion is like next level.
How has it changed how has it changed you? Because you're a comedian, you're the dad to 2 girls. Like, what's different?
My time is like a lot more valuable. Now it's like I just am very, very comfortable being like, I can't do this. And if you want a reason, I'll be honest with you. And then I'm just like, because I have to justify time away from my kids now. It's like, I'm not going to just go, like you can't convince me that I need to go there for 2 weeks to like take a shot at something. It's like, either it's concrete
Yeah.
going to happen and there'll be money in my account
Yeah.
to make my daughter's life better. If not, I'm going to go to my kid's soccer practice. Like my it's weird.
Priorities.
My career is like moving forward faster than it was before I had kids, but I care about my career less.
Right.
Because I care about my kids more.
And then your career is doing better because you're not stressing about it.
I
and
don't
it's
care
just
about
like, yeah.
anything. Like anything that happens, I'm like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
But has
Does
it
it make-
changed you? Has it changed you as a person though? Like the way you, like, because the classic thing, like Ben Affleck, like I have daughters, which is obviously so cheesy. Like you should respect women before you have daughters. But I am curious, like, has it changed anything for you?
It didn't in the beginning. I'm be honest with my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, Delilah. She's 6 now.
Is she 6 already?
6. Yeah.
Oh my God, she is so
She's
cute.
so
She's
fucking
such a
sassy.
star,
I know.
dude.
I know. She's
so
great.
funny.
She's like so much better than I'll ever be.
I had
It's like
so much
obvious.
fun with her.
Yeah.
When I did your podcast. Oh my God.
She says at 6 years old, she's like, I'm gonna be like so much better than you, Dad. And I'm like, you will be. Like you already are. Like, it's like nobody cares about me. They're always just like, how come you don't post your daughter on Instagram anymore? I'm like, because you creeps were asking what size her feet were.
Oh.
So that's why
they're so gross.
I got a DM. She was 3. They're like, hey, what size shoe is she? I want to make shoes for her. I love her feet. I was like, get the
It's
fuck
like
out of here.
nobody's falling for that. Esther is the only one.
It was right.
That sounds so nice.
And the weird thing is she has the same size feet as you.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably.
But you know what? It didn't. In the beginning, it didn't. Not that I was, ever trying to disrespect women, but I was still like just a sex maniac. Like just wanted to there was a time where me and Jazz were co-parenting where I was just like, want to have sex, hook up, like find women that were like depressed like me and like whatever. Wasn't thinking about how is this going to affect my daughter. And then it wasn't until Delilah was like maybe 5 when she said to me once when me and Jazz were back together, she was like, sometimes I don't like that you and mommy argue, or sometimes she was like, I feel like you and mommy make each other sad and like things like that. And then I was like, oh shit, like the most subtle things that we do, like even if me and Jazz are just like sleeping back to back, she notices that. And she's like, why do you do that? Why don't you
Then you
hug
have to
her?
explain to her what a double-headed dildo is.
Yeah, I know.
This is a different conversation.
Yeah. I'm like, you see that thing that vibrates that you thought was a toothbrush? That's why. So,
That's not chocolate.
Yeah, ass
But
to
now-
ass is hard to explain.
No, I know. So now I'm very, very, very like, okay, you're like an example for this kid.
Yeah.
Like you can't, so it happens naturally. But also it's like, look, like I do the best I can. I mean,
Hell yeah.
we're going
That's
to
all
make
you can
fucking
do.
mistakes. I'm also a comic on the road. Like I'm
Yeah.
eventually going to just fucking blow it.
Yeah.
So I'll just be able to like tell her though, like, hey, I really tried. I have the proof that I tried, but I also have the proof that I fucked up and I'm in prison.
Weirdly, both of those things, he's wearing the goth chain.
Do you have any suggestions for who you think would be good surrogates for the 3 of
Good
us?
surrogates. I guess you would want what you want is a woman with a wide birthing canal. So and big boobs. No, truthfully, I mean that's what they say, right? Like that's why they say men are attracted to women. That's where the attraction comes from. Big
Yeah.
boobs and a big ass, because what we're seeing subconsciously is
can
milk,
feed the kitty.
right?
Okay.
Feed for the kids and somewhere to lay my head, lay the kid's head, and then a wide birthing canal.
I thought you guys like big tits because they can't run as fast.
That's true too. Yeah.
There's no going upstairs in this one, bitch.
Yeah. I would say somebody good. Who's a good woman that I would? Bridget Everett is someone. I think she'd be a good
Yes.
surrogate. I think her. I just saw a billboard for her show coming over here. I think. Who else would be good? Nicole Byer would be good. I don't know
Big
if you know
tits,
Nicole.
yeah.
Big tits.
What about Chelsea Lynn?
Wide, you're like wide.
Wide birthing canal. She has a wide birthing canal. And no, I'm not saying anything that's fucked up. I'm saying it's a wide birthing canal and big boobs. I'm thinking
so
from
funny.
I'm thinking from a primarily
the hips.
the hips,
Yes,
wide
we're
birthing
not
canal.
talking about you guys. We don't mean that she has a wide vagina. We mean her hips.
No, I don't know if her vagina's wide or not. I don't know. Who would be a really fucking good one though? I'm trying to think of somebody with like big juicy boobs.
It's also
and
you've
a
also
nice
got to
fat
ensure
ass.
that they're not going to birth my baby and then take off with my baby.
That's the thing that I don't know how a surrogate does what she does.
Because they're like, this is a cute one.
Nobody would cross you, bitch.
Also,
no,
but
mine
no
won't
better.
be cute, so I'm good.
I think mine and Bobby is a hit or miss too.
No.
You guys, both of you guys are gonna have the cutest kids. Shut up.
They're gonna be
Amy, look me in my eye. Come on.
I'll look you in your teardrop.
Jew eyes.
Of course your kids are gonna be cute.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll grow up to
You
be
should just
cute.
pick somebody that like doesn't like kids. Like I don't know.
How much money do you have to be given?
Fuck.
What a
Like, who
weird.
doesn't
I think
like
it's like
kids?
$80K minimum, right?
80K. They're gonna
But
get
that
money.
doesn't seem like enough to
It doesn't.
give birth to a child.
It doesn't.
It's like 100K, right?
That
You get
just doesn't
100K?
seem like enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I are you seriously considering it?
I think we're all just at a place where we're like in our 30s and we're like,
30s.
maybe we want to have kids, but we don't want to, being pregnant can be so hard.
It is.
It
Watch
would be great for it to be hard the day the baby is there, rather than before the baby. Like I don't want to have to take like a fucking year off.
She was jazz. I mean, you were there in the house when we were living
I
in
know.
LA. She was fucking miserable
Yeah.
for the last 3 months.
Yep.
Like, and it's like you're like,
Well, your
I don't know.
organs
What am I
are
gonna
all
be like trying to do
displaced.
comedy?
Yeah, it was
still?
like what? Yeah, like she like was like, what? You're leaving it? You're doing what? You're going to the comedy store?
Like,
What are you
imagine-
fucking stupid?
Suffering,
She's
yeah.
like, rub my feet.
Like her organs are all displaced.
I
They're not
know.
even where they're supposed to be because they're
Yeah.
all pushed up.
He knows he looked inside.
I took a look. I know they were real. It was crazy.
I know you were really excited about this sponsor, Esther.
I mean, Just Egg is one of our new sponsors. I have eaten mostly plant-based for several years now. My parents are fully plant-based. Just Egg will change your life as a person who's plant-based because it tastes so good and it really adds so many different kinds of foods to your repertoire if you have it.
Just Egg is a cholesterol-free, plant-based egg that will give you the most decadent quiches of your life, the fluffiest scrambles, and the easiest egg sandwiches of all time. It has about the same protein as a chicken egg and less saturated fat. Plus, Just Egg is packed with cholesterol-lowering polyunsaturated fat. Chicken eggs wish they were this healthy.
I just don't know how I could successfully do plant-based eating without Just Egg because it tastes so good and it really like when you're craving that, it saves you.
I do like how it's fluffy, like how it comes out so.
It's better than real eggs. That's what's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
Like,
and you
the
have two
taste.
options too because you can get the scramble in the bottle, but you can also get the pre-packed.
Also, it's cholesterol free. It's better for the planet, and it tastes delicious. For me, it's all about taste. So
we know it's not about saving the world.
Yeah, and this doesn't contribute to the industrial egg industry's mega polluting impact on the world. The new you, we hope, wants a breakfast that does good and actually tastes good. Listen up, guys. Ooh, I love that sound.
Ooh,
I know,
yeah.
it's so good. And to think that you can do that without drinking alcohol or a soda,
Dude,
and you're getting the fun of being bad, but it's water.
can I tell you, I crack one of these open every night.
Do you know how hot this whole look is? Your whole getup? Look in
I know,
Goth,
with the
plus
Liquid
that
Death.
black Liquid Death can.
Oh my
Me?
God. To camera, show everyone what you look like.
What a badass.
Less
I
hot.
ruined
That was
it.
less hot.
You guys were talking obviously about Liquid Death
Why is this water called Liquid Death, Esther?
because it's death to plastic. Okay.
And it will brutally murder
Your thirst. I like water that gets me more attention. Is there something wrong with that? I don't think so. We love Liquid Death here.
We love attention. We love Liquid Death.
It's just fun. It looks like you're drinking a beer, but you're actually drinking water.
And you guys, plastic isn't actually recyclable anymore. And most plastic you throw in a recycling bin actually just gets sent to a landfill because it's not profitable to recycle. Aluminum is infinitely recyclable and actually profitable for recycling facilities.
You guys can get free shipping on all water and merch. Oh my God, I love their merch at liquiddeath.com/trash. That's liquiddeath.com/trash, or just grab some at Whole Foods or Sprouts or 7-Eleven. Honestly though, free shipping on all water is such a good deal because it's expensive to ship water. Liquiddeath.com/trash. Have them at your house for your next, like, whenever you're having people over, they'll be like, oh my God, you're so chic. You're so weird and funny and cool.
It's so good.
Liquiddeath.com/trash.
Will you ever forget?
We always
what you
get.
saw?
Well, I'll never forget. No, I would have. I mean, I know it's me, but I would like to. I would have another child. Like
Yeah.
I would like to
Is
be
she
a father
down?
of another child. Not, the thing is, like, every time we have sex, she gets pregnant. So she was like, I have to
Yeah.
like go on birth control. Like, I cannot do this again. Cause she was like, so I think she probably would. We have to give it some space though, because you forget like how hard it is to have like a newborn baby. Like it's so like insane. And we don't have like, you talk to some of our peers and they're like, oh, just get the night nurse to do it. Just get that. I'm like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Like Jasmine won't allow that. Like Puerto
Yeah.
Rican family will not allow that. They think that's like a cop out. They're like, no way. She's like, I'm going to fucking do everything for this kid. I'm like, yeah, but you're angry all the time because you're tired. Like, let's just hire help. And she's like, no, I won't be a good mother if I don't have the help. If I don't do this myself. So I'm like, all right. She's just angry at me all the time.
I
now.
will be hiring.
Yeah.
I'll be hiring.
I will be hiring, but my family.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're taking a
For
banana
free.
break? I was just going to say, you have a clip that went pretty viral. Do you know what clip I'm talking about?
Tupperware?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my fiance is like a very normal guy.
Okay.
He doesn't like this show at all. He doesn't like comedy podcasts at all.
I like 'em.
He hates this show.
I do too.
But one day he sent me that clip and
Okay.
I'm like, oh my God, I know that guy. And ever since that clip, my fiance who like works with Judd Apatow, he's like a very respected, normal guy who went to Harvard. He brings up that clip like every day.
Really?
He says to me all the time, I thought I caught that.
Yeah.
That voice.
And here's the thing about
Thought
her.
I caught that. Yeah.
Her fiance is so not a fan that one time he laughed at one of my jokes, and I bring that up to him every day. Like,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah. If I was like, like the fact that if he graduated from Harvard and did like this show or any podcast, I'd be concerned. It's like those guys are
Harvard
so.
real?
It's like this is for stupid people. What we're doing, like this is not for Ivy League graduates.
Can I call him and can he
Call
just
him.
meet you? Your biggest
Yeah.
his busy.
What's his name?
Dave.
Hey, Dave. Okay.
Dave.
Yeah.
Look who's here.
What's up, Dave? What's up, buddy?
I thought I caught that.
There it is.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm just sitting here in a dog collar.
Why did you made him wear a goth thing too?
Oh, you should see
Oh
Carlos.
my God. It's cool
They
to
wanted
be
to-
goth.
They wanted to put me in a fishnet sweatshirt, but I have tits.
I tried explaining to him how obsessed we are with that clip. Is there anything you want to add or say?
I would say that it's probably the thing that gets said out loud in our house the most.
Dave, I have a question.
Yes, Annie.
Are you sure? Is that said more in your house, or is Dave make me popcorn said more?
That gets said a lot. Although Esther will ask me. She
Oh yeah,
knows
I'm afraid of Dave.
Is that a cry for help?
No way you're more afraid of me than I'm afraid of you.
Okay,
Annie.
love you. Hero, bye.
Bye. I like Dave.
No, Dave's
Dave's a
the
good
best.
guy.
And here's the thing: even when he's not giving it to you, you want him. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
He's such a get.
Wait, how jealous are you of Chris? That Chris comes into Dave's life like already.
The way he like lightened up when he saw him, and then was disgusted when the phone turned to me was, I don't know. I kind of live for being rejected by Dave.
Same.
Yeah. I like Dave. Dave's got good energy. I could see what. No, you don't want to have Dave's baby.
No, I want to have Dave's baby. We were just talking, carrying a baby seems like a pain.
But there is a thing where your pain tolerance, just by nature, is a lot. It's very difficult. I mean, the most pain I've ever seen in a person's face is when Jasmine was giving birth. But you are like,
And that was you looking in the mirror.
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
to see that pussy bleed.
I know, dude, it was crazy.
That scratch, that
Yeah.
last minute scratch.
You know, it was such a dumb fucking thing I did too. I left like an hour after my first daughter was born to go. I had a table read for the only show I've ever gotten on, like a scripted show I've ever gotten on, and I did a table read for it, and because she took a nap, so I was like, oh, I can leave, and then she woke up, I was like, where's the father of my child? And my mom was like, he went to go do a table read.
Which they could have definitely had someone else do.
Yeah,
for you.
dude, I was such an unimportant part of the show. Yeah, I'm like,
Wait, didn't we talk about the whole the duck sauce thing on here?
No, what was it?
No.
Didn't she get in trouble for the duck sauce?
on Netflix. I got fired from the
Wait,
job.
really?
Wait, what happened?
I don't know any of this.
What happened was I was hosting a show for Netflix called The Ultimate Beastmaster, and it was like American Ninja Warrior show.
I can't believe they didn't ask you to be
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, the Ultimate Beastmaster. Yeah, and so it was like this game show competition. It was like they went through like this obstacle course, and it was like American Ninja Warrior, but Netflix version. So I was the host of every country had a team, so I was the host of Team USA, and they told me they were like, make jokes, like you can be silly, whatever, like just go crazy. So I was like, okay. And this was like in 2000. This was like, we filmed the show in maybe May or June of 2016. So in November of 2016, Trump was going to get elected and everything was going to change. But that show came out in December of 2016. So it was like, it had been filmed before Trump, but it was
Right.
airing post-Trump.
Yeah.
So this is a big
The
problem.
world had changed.
The world
yes.
had changed. So the jokes that I got, the people were in uproar at me because a member of the Chinese team, his name was Bin Feng. He was awesome. And when you got eliminated and fell into the water, they called it the beast blood. And then one time the kid Bin Feng fell, and I said, there goes Bin Feng into the duck sauce. And it was fine. And then when that came out, they were like, you racist piece of shit. And then at that time, the Team India was really good. And one of the Team Indian co-hosts was a Indian supermodel. from the country of India, supermodel. And so the producers would tell me, go in there and be like, hey, if Team USA loses if Team USA beats Team India in this head-to-head competition, like we gotta Netflix and chill because it's on Netflix, whatever. And I was just at that point like an absolute puppet. I had no experience at all. I was like, whatever they tell me in the ear, I'm just gonna say. I'm like, being like, please like me. I had no confidence in my abilities at all. I was just like a fucking puppet.
Yeah, totally.
So I'd be like, Netflix and chill. Then obviously comes out, I'm a sexist, I'm Me Too'd, people calling me a rapist. And I'm like, so I called this girl from India and I said, was at any moment, like, I didn't apologize because I was like, I want to be careful of my words because I was like, I don't believe I did anything wrong, but it's like an outcry, like psychos on the internet. And I said, at any moment, did you feel like I made you uncomfortable at all? And she was like, absolutely not. She was like, what's happening in your country right now is an American issue. She was like, you never really had any real problems. And now you have this guy that nobody likes and you're fucking making shit up. She was like, there's packs of men that go around and rape women in my village. She was like, do you remember the time when she got like
Khalyla was moving there.
She was like, I know. Yeah. So she was like, don't listen. She was like, that's just don't respond to them. I was like, can you send out a tweet?
No one touches me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We throw you in as a distraction so we can get through.
So yeah. Yeah.
You're
So
our
that was
decoy.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it isn't interesting, but it makes me not want to do any TV ever. Like, I get like viscerally, like, I feel in pain when people ask me.
Well, what's funny is that it obviously aired, right?
Yeah.
So everybody from the day that it was filmed up until the day that it aired thought that it was an okay thing
bullshit.
to say.
And then they see the reaction, and then they blame you.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
disgusting.
But we said fucked up shit on Girl Code. And
Oh
Guy
my
Code.
God.
I mean, we used to do the show on MTV called Girl Code, and you did the Guy Code too. But
Right.
and we did Guy Code versus Girl Code, where they would literally give us like topics like, should women get paid the same? And they go, all right, Chris, you say no.
Yeah.
People like coming and be like, no, women, you don't work as hard. Like, it was like crazy.
Yeah, I'd be like, men have bigger brains.
And it was like, and people loved it. And people loved it. And everyone that we worked with was great. Like, it was like such a fun thing. But it was like, but when I did realize like, maybe this will pose a problem at some point.
Oh, sure.
Was when I came outside from doing something in Times Square where the MTV studios is. And I came out and I was talking to these cops and they were like, what were you filming? And I told them it was Girl Code. They're like, we love Guy Code. That's how we learn everything, like how to treat. And I was like, what? These cops are running around.
Yeah.
Having learned, like, you're not supposed to actually learn from it.
No, I know. It was like a comedy show.
It was like parody almost.
It was a fucking comedy show. But no, there's so many things like that where like you look back and you're like, oh, I'm going to get like, even with television, like some of the shit I've said on podcasts or tweeted, that's like literally just jokes that are like not okay now. It's like, I don't even want to deal with it. Like I've been doing this thing called Chrissy Daytimes where I go on daytime talk shows and just bomb on purpose.
Oh my God. I love you.
Is it really on purpose?
I swear to God. I swear to.
Are you kidding? That sounds amazing.
Well, it didn't start out on purpose.
Was it with Whitney first?
One with Whitney, and then I just did Nick Cannon.
What was the joke? Yeah, I saw that cannon bomb. But what was the joke that bombed on Whitney's again? Because I remember seeing it.
I'm forgetting what it was. It was.
But because you were talking podcasty, which they're not allowed to do on TV.
No.
So it's like, so even on like the like View type shows and stuff, like there's just no
well,
freedom.
like because Whitney's like like one of us, right? Like a real comic. But some of the other people on the panel, like the jokes that they were getting laughs at, like I wanted to throw up. I was like, these jokes suck. Like, what are you, a fucking politician? I was like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm gonna be who I am. And of course, my jokes were bombing for that crowd. Like I didn't even get paid. They were like, leave. Yeah, they're like, yeah, like it was crazy. But I was like, you know what? The guy that produced my podcast, Homeless Pimp, when I showed him it, he was like, dude, we have to put this you have to put this on the internet. Like this is like, your fans will love this. So I was like, you know what? So then we started splicing it up and it got all these views. And then when I got booked on the Nick Cannon show, they said, listen, we saw your Wendy Williams thing. They were like, it's funny, it's great, all this, it's so great and different, blah, blah, blah. But they're like, but the Nick Cannon show is live, so you can't do those things. You're gonna have to stay within the lanes. And I was like, absolutely, I'll do it. And then as soon as that show started, I started going crazy. Fucking bananas.
Well, I can't, it's almost insulting when they ask us to do that, because that's not what our job is. It's like, our job is to like disrupt things, to be like.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing knock jokes and trying to get claps.
You're like me, where it's like, we just said the funniest thing we can say as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, you're interrupting, you're doing this, or you said something wrong. I'm like, I literally, it's just, I have to say it as fast as I can think of it. And then edit it out. Like if it's not good afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I never care if anyone edits anything out, but I can't like self-edit. That's not.
We blur your face. She said to edit anything out.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
I know. Obviously, I can't self-edit my face.
I like that look on you, though. You look like somebody like
Yeah,
that.
I am.
Who is it?
She almost does she look like Natalie Portman or something?
Maybe.
Or is it just Scarlett Johansson in a movie that I like?
Maybe it's that. But do you
Scarlett
know
Johansson
that
with hepatitis.
there are at least 6
That'd be a good movie. But it's just like a documentary about how Colin Jost gave her.
Yeah, they're like, this movie's about Scarlett Johansson with hepatitis. I hired Annie Letterman, no makeup department. You like just come out there, you yellow bitch.
There's supposed to be at least 6 people in the world that look exactly like you.
Really? That's interesting.
And it says the percentage that the likelihood that you'll run into at least one of them is 10%.
Well, I can see like we obviously, I'm German too. Like we obviously
nice.
have like relatives in common somewhere.
Yes.
I can see my face in your face a little bit. You could be a sibling of mine.
Whitney
Sibling,
has her look-alike. Whitney has a woman that looks like
it's
her.
Oh, yeah, that's so creepy.
And she
Whitney
came
Cummings?
to
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
and
twin.
she has this woman come out, and she came to her party, and it was so confusing.
Really?
You were there.
I
you
didn't
left
see
early.
her. I would love to
What
see
if
her in person.
Whitney just had her there to talk to you?
That's the only Whitney I know is the look-alike.
You've never met the real Whitney.
That's so something she would do to me.
That's
so
crazy.
weird.
Wow,
Look at
that's
that.
not her sister or anything?
No.
No, she's not related to her at all.
That actually is a little like gives you chills.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Because Whitney's had plastic surgery, so you wonder if that's
Oh,
what
if she went in and got it,
Yeah.
or if she brought a picture of that girl.
Yeah, that's the girl's face she stole?
That's so funny. She just skinned it off of her.
Yeah.
Okay, the weirdest thing that I always think about, though, when we talk about how you look like Scarlett Johansson is that you're a twin.
I don't have star quality money.
No, this is weird. Annie is a twin.
Yep.
Scarlett is a twin. You also look like those twins on Big Brother. Why do twins have a similar
Oh,
look?
that's interesting.
Like, right?
Well, you look up Scarlett Johansson's twin brother. There's
Wait,
a
she
picture
has
of
a
him.
twin?
Yeah, and there's a picture
Annie
one time.
looks like Annie looks also like famous twins from Big Brother. It's weird. All the twins look alike.
From big,
Like
they look
all
like
the
Not
fans.
handsome
like each
brothers.
other, but
Yeah.
like other twins.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
It's
brother,
Liz
my
and
older
Julia.
brother once sent me a text, and it was a picture of my twin brother. He goes, "Who is this?" I go, "It's Max. Where do you get
That's
those
Scarlett.
glasses?"
There's Scarlett
And it
and her
was, he
twin.
goes, "No, it's Scarlett Johansson's twin brother." There's a picture of him
What?
with glasses that looks like my brother.
God, what an incestuous world we live in.
I love
know.
it. That is weird. People used to say that I look like Macaulay Culkin, like when I was
What?
when I was a child.
I
Do
see
you have a
it.
childhood picture that's online, you think?
I don't. If it is, it's like deep in my Instagram.
Yeah.
But to the point where my mom told me when I was like, like a little boy, like people multiple times came up was like, is that Macaulay Culkin? And it wasn't, obviously, but we have the same birthday, August 26th. So I was like, that's weird. We have
I
the
thought
same
you were going to do a
exact
joke about when you were a kid, your mom left you home alone a lot. I was abandoned. And yeah, right. Your mom never left your side.
No, never. Not at all.
Never.
Not at all.
Chris, you look just like the German guy from Gladiator. Too.
You
Wow.
are German.
Like
That's
that's
what
why
it
I
is.
thought you were German.
Yeah. I guess I can see that's a look. Yeah. I
That does
look like
look
him
a
if he had
lot
a
like
woman's
you.
body.
Yeah, right. Let's just say you look like you have a wide birthing canal.
I'll be your surrogate.
Do you have girl hips?
Yeah, yeah. I have a size 38 waist. Like just fat hips.
Thick waist is okay, but I want to know if you have hips.
What does that mean?
Your hips are bigger than my bust.
Yes.
If your hips jut out past your waist, are thicker than your waist.
I don't.
I don't think
Stand
so.
up. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry, Esther's a lesbian.
No, you have a big butt, but you don't have girl hips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me sad.
Do you know what is making me so excited right now is that if this were 3 guy hosts and you were the girl and you were their guest and we were like nitpicking your body and making
Oh,
you
yeah.
stand up and show
Yeah.
us your ass,
Yeah.
how fucked up is that?
Well, I have come to the conclusion that me personally, and I think there's a lot of guys out there that feel the same. At this point, I do not get. If I'm going to get in shape, it is for other guys. It is so other guys will look at me and be like,
Thank you
"He
for
looks
saying
really
that.
strong." Because women seem not to care.
We don't.
Yeah,
like,
we
as
don't.
much.
Thank
so
you
I'm
so
doing
much
it for
for saying
guys.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I guess
actually
I'm
believe
certainly.
us.
I
I
will tell you
genuinely do,
something.
yeah.
I will tell you something. If I'm working out, I can tell you one thing. It's not for Todd. It's not.
Annie,
I got that.
I'm on the
boy.
same.
You are.
I have never worked out a minute of my life for Bobby.
Yeah.
A
No.
minute, not a fucking minute.
No,
You know what
yeah.
it is?
It's for the rest
you
of the
first start
world.
working
Yeah.
out for me, when I
This
first
is who
started
I do
working
it
out.
for.
Oh my God.
Have you guys ever hooked up or anything? Or
I think the most we've done is probably give hickeys to each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, on camera.
And then maybe like a soft peck, and
Yeah.
then that's it.
is there a world where it happens?
It's an emotional connection for
Got
me.
it.
You're really going to kick her pussy out of your mouth? Come on. You would like.
Look, I keep pitching the sleepover episode. Nobody schedules
And the
it.
strip club. I mean, we've gone to different states and discussed going to strip clubs. It's never happened.
It's never happened.
You never went down on a girl, did you? Or you did? Yeah.
No, I got fingered by a girl once, and I felt like she fingered homophobia into me.
Yeah.
I was like, when she was like her knuckles were in, I was like, this feels wrong.
None of you guys have really gotten down on a girl at all.
I
right?
just, when
Including
it
me.
comes down to moments.
I always get a sore throat.
It's from the HPV.
Yeah, I have
That's
it.
you have only throat HPV.
Yeah, I have it on my tonsils.
If you got a tracheotomy, they'd be like, oh my God, look at those. There's warts all over that throat.
Woo!
You really can get a warty throat.
No, I know that because of fucking Catherine Zeta-Jones and
Michael
what's-
Douglas.
Oh, yeah, Michael Douglas.
That was one of the dirtiest press releases I've ever seen. Where Michael Douglas said he got throat cancer, but it was because he ate Catherine Zeta-Jones out too much.
That's
It's
right.
See, that's hot.
It's the funniest. It's just
That
like
was
so
hilarious.
funny. And nobody is like revealing that type of information in Hollywood.
Yeah, but I think that's very practical and usable information because you can get a warty throat. That's a fact.
Well, now
What are you gonna do
all the
about
young
it?
kids get that Gardasil vaccine, so they're like, it's like curable.
That's true.
What,
You can
for-
prevent. Well, no,
That's
you
the
can.
one for.
It doesn't prevent all strains of it, does it? Just the ones that cause cervical cancer.
Yeah, but you can deal with a wart. I just guess you don't want to get cancer, right? I mean,
Yeah,
or
because
maybe
the
you do.
warty one is not the cancerous one.
You're like, I don't want to offend you.
Are people worried? Are people worried
I'm
about
pro-cancer.
getting sick and dying, or are they worried about like looking like they have an STD? It's probably looking like an STD. More.
But you could
having
just
a
burn
wart
off
is not a
the-
deterrent anymore. Like if I was hooking up with a girl and she had a wart, I'd be like, whatever.
It's never just
Well,
one wart
you're
though.
like, you know,
I'd be like,
you're done.
two
You
of a
wrapped
kind, two peas in a pod.
it. Like twins. Like,
Yeah, twinsies.
you're
Let's
like,
take
you know,
pics.
it's so weird. Annie Letterman has a twin brother, just like Scarlett Johansson, and we both have genital
Yeah.
warts.
Wow, look at the same place. I'm telling myself it's a skin tag.
You could just get it burned off.
I
You
know.
guys have
I had
the
to
money.
get one burned off my whole life when I was young, like 18.
Oh,
They never came back. Yeah.
Remember how worried I was? So worried about STDs when I was in my 20s.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's just now I'm like,
I never
don't give
got
a
any
fuck.
of like a big one. Like I got chlamydia, but I never got like herpes or AIDS or anything like serious or gonorrhea. No, I never got gonorrhea. Just chlamydia and one wart.
I just learned something
I got
recently.
crap,
Is
the
that
best
Did
one.
you? Ooh.
what do you think the clap is?
The clap, I believe, is gonorrhea.
That's
thought
what
it
I
was
didn't know. I
chlamydia.
thought it was
Because it
chlamydia
sounds
too.
like
It's actually gonorrhea.
Yeah.
It's
Why do they
gonorrhea.
call it the clap?
I don't know. That's why I got it confused because it's a C and a C, but he's
Why
right.
is
It's
it called the
gonorrhea.
clap? Can you check, Carlos?
Carlos is tuned out.
I just
Sorry.
felt like he would know with his outfit. Doesn't he look like
I
a
know
man?
Carlos. He's just going to keep that on all day.
Carlos was making plans for tonight with that outfit on.
Carlos, are you gay?
I'm not gay now.
Not gay. Okay.
No.
There was
Wasn't
a
sure.
pause that we weren't sure about.
Yeah, but I would have answered the same. 1 to
Okay.
2 second pause, and then no.
You guys have similar. I would say you're a little bit effeminate, both of you.
Yeah, I thought I wouldn't have been shocked if he said he was gay. As
He's
I'm sure he
also
wouldn't have been
wearing
shocked if I said it was
possibly
mine.
one of the gayer outfits
Yeah.
I've seen.
And may I just say, Carlos, that you've never looked hotter to me. You could call HR after this, but like I genuinely think this is the hottest you've ever looked.
Right now?
Yes.
The shirt?
It's something about not wearing the hat and then the shirt, but the way he stands up so straight like he doesn't give a fuck is really doing
You know
He
what
does-
it
he has
is?
good posture.
I'm gonna add
Yeah.
it to my.
You know what it
wardrobe.
is? It's that he doesn't like find you attractive.
Yes,
and
I
that's
think
why you're
that's
into
what-
him. He
yeah.
can't get a boner when you poke him. and-
That's crazy. The posture's from military school too.
I know this is a new part of you that I know. Carlos went to military school. Did you go?
Whoa, no, I never
I
went
could
to
see you
military
having
Briefly.
gone to military
I never
school,
went to
though.
military school.
Just briefly.
I feel like you'd get recruited to one just on looks
When
alone.
I went to Munich for the Oktoberfest in Germany, there was a German soldier that was there, like this guy, like off duty, I guess, whatever, drinking at a bar, and he spoke English, and he just started like hitting my chest and back. He was like, "You should be a soldier. I want you to be a soldier." And I was like, well,
Were you tickled by it?
I was like, "Oh, it's fun." I was like, "You guys starting up the old gang?"
Don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, do tell.
I was like, "Where are we marching?"
Okay, so in the 1500s, the word clapier or clapier was used for referring to a rabbit's nest.
No, but it's because people were fucking like bunny rabbits.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Because
they call it a
jackrabbits
group
really
of-
do fuck all the time. That's a real thing.
Why are you yelling at me?
They have 100 kids.
Like you.
Fuck you. You know what's something I just learned? Do you know where knocked up comes from? Knocked Up. It's interesting because like now you could cancel anything. It's like Knocked Up, like one of the most iconic movies of all time. It's like if somebody finds out where it came from, it'd be like we have to put his fucking head on a spike. But Knocked Up, what it is in slave times, if you were at the slave market, if you were a female slave and you were pregnant, your price was knocked up. So that's where the term "I got knocked up" comes from. It's your price is up as a slave.
Shut.
Why
Crazy,
was
right?
your price up if you had a baby and because they got two?
You got two humans for the price of one. So your price got a little knocked up. Or it was like it would be like, whatever, a few more dollars or something like that. I learned that at the Charleston slave market. Great tour if you're ever down there.
And honestly, what's so wild about that is now in our country, if you're knocked up, you go down. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I know.
Gosh.
Well, that's like too, even now, like, I again, just loving history. It's like back in the day, it was like the rich were fat and the poor were skinny. But now I feel like the rich are fat and the poor are skinny. And I'm just like, this is like this whole fucking world where you're like, when you read enough history, you're like, oh shit, we're like going. Like,
is that why you're gaining weight as you gain success?
I'm yes.
You're trying to put it back right?
yeah.
Wait, but the rich or fat is still a very Asian thing. Like we love, especially Chinese people living in the Philippines, like they love a fat baby.
You can't whisper into
Fattest baby means richest family.
Oh, I love a fat baby.
There's something in me I'm feeling called upon this to like bring Chris to the Skokie Holocaust Museum. I don't know why, but just how German you look.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just come there and just like.
You can role play Anne Frank.
Just have a good time.
I know when I went to Dachau concentration camp when I was in Germany, just like, they give like a tour, and the tour guide, he was actually a Filipino guy, but he was a German tour guide. He was like, you have like a pretty striking German look. He was like, it makes me a little uncomfortable, but he was saying it in a silly way. But that's because I was doing pull-ups off the top of the gas chamber.
You were posing like,
yeah, I was like,
hell yeah.
I was like, home.
These are my boys.
I did an open mic there.
You started an ambush show? Ambush chamber show in the showers?
Yeah.
To counter all of the Holocaust talk,
Yes.
I'd like to present something more wholesome information. And that is, did you guys know that beetles perform oral sex onto each other to entice the female for copulation?
Ringo and George Harrison? Sorry.
So wait, so you're saying beetles will like blow each other?
Not blow, but the male will perform fellatio on the woman.
Oh, okay.
To entice her. It's like basically he's giving her foreplay and before he has sex with her.
Yeah, but I feel like humans do that too, right?
I know, but then this idea that, that's such a human thing or such like a high primate thing is actually might not be true after all.
Not true at all. Yeah, I know. They say the same thing about like monogamy too. Like, monogamy is like a human construct, but there's a lot of animals I think that are like monogamous.
Dolphins.
to each other.
Totally.
Lobsters.
Yeah.
Lobsters
Some
made for
penguin,
life.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Isn't that so funny how hard they try to make
Monogamy a thing?
or not a thing?
Well,
maybe I'm looking at the wrong direction.
I'm like, are you following me on Twitter?
No, it is like,
can't be in a cage.
when Sex at Dawn came out, it was just like,
what's Sex at Dawn?
It's a book about how humans shouldn't be monogamous.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about, you've got to stop pretending like you don't know about this book. I
have a signed copy.
But I just know like couples that like, all of a sudden they start reading Sex at Dawn. And it's signed with a girl's tip print. And, and then all of a sudden they're reading it and then it always ends up like their marriage is over.
I've been in a poly relationship and that lasted for years. I think there are people out there who really successfully do it. Like I have a girlfriend of mine who's been in a relationship with 2 other women for years. They're married. Well, they're married and they have a girlfriend. And when I look at their lives, I'm like, fuck, this is the life that I want.
Yeah.
It looks so fun. I think maybe it looks more fun because they're all women.
All women? Okay.
They're all women.
Well, there's there's 2 audience members that I've seen a bunch. They've been hanging out. I don't know if you've seen them too, but they're like, they look like they read like a lesbian couple, but I'm doing my crowd work with them and they're like, no, we have a third. But I don't know why the third never comes, but I see them all the time. I'll take a picture of them next time. I bet you see them. But it's funny, so maybe there's one for each of us.
Yeah, look, if it were up to me, I'd have 9 husbands, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
I just feel like I've had boyfriends that have already been in open relationships, and what I gather from them wanting to be in a relationship is they literally want to fuck like all day long. where it's
I'd have 7 husbands. Sleepy, mopey.
You're
Well, out of
dopey.
those 9 husbands that I want, I think I'd probably only have like 1 or 2 for sex. All of the other things are more like everyday life stuff. Like he does the plumbing. This guy's good at this. This guy's
Right.
good at that.
You just need a
like,
Todd
I
who
don't
does
need
it
to
all.
fuck all 9 is what I'm saying. Like having sex with that many men's exhausting.
Once
1 or 2 is enough.
there was a time like a year ago where Jasmine was like, listen, I know you like go on the road or whatever. You're a good dad. She's like, you can do whatever you want. Like, as long as you don't bring home any problems and no other babies and no disease or anything, you can do whatever you want. Just leave that shit in whatever city you're in and we won't. And it's like unspoken rule.
How fast did you fuck this up?
I swear to God, since she told me that, it's almost like she released me mentally from the prison.
Yes.
I haven't even attempted to do
Yes.
anything with any woman. Nothing, 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because maybe it's that feeling trapped part or something.
That's what it was. It was a mental trick.
it becomes a temptation
Yeah.
when it's something that's forbidden.
Right.
If it's something that's not forbidden,
Yeah.
then you reframe it in your head as something that, I can do this anytime,
I'm sorry, this is just exactly how my relationship with cinnamon rolls works. Like, once I've said, like, you can have it whenever you want it, it's like not a big
It's
deal.
intuitive
Not a big deal.
eating, intuitive
Yeah.
banging.
Yeah.
intuitive banging.
I had a guy tell me that once about his girlfriend, where he said his girlfriend gave him like full freedom and he like didn't want it anymore.
Yeah. I don't even, it's just like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll just not
I
do
mean,
that.
Todd has freedom. The girls don't. No, I love when Todd gets hit on. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Cute. I love it when you think
You
people
guys have been
do
together a long time now, right?
that. Yeah, since like right before the pandemic. Not too.
Oh, wow. So that's good. You made it through most of the pandemic.
And he's not a fucking comic. Except he did used to do open mics and people will come up and be like, still doing mics? And I'm like, we need it. No one that thinks you did open mics is
Yeah,
allowed
they
near
can't be a
us.
part of this.
You gotta be gone. Well, I told him when we first were dating, I was like, if you want to meet my friends, I have to never meet yours. Sorry,
Smart.
I keep touching your knee, Jazzy. It's not on purpose.
I don't care. No, it's okay. I've already came to Carlos.
I
I'm
know.
not
I never
leaving this
met him.
room until the black lipstick goes on, I think.
Yeah.
I
I
just
put
need
it on
to see
perfectly.
Do you want to put it on?
Oh, you're going in the bottom first. That's a new technique.
Is it bottom first?
Wait,
Oh, the bottom
this
of
is
the lip.
actually amazing because you're doing it so differently. Like the fact that you're staying on your lips of like, because I would just dab it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you might
make
want
them
to
fuller, too.
Make 'em fuller.
The top of
The
the
top.
What does
lip.
that mean, fuller? Like
over the line. So
Yeah.
fake your lips.
Yeah, when people, especially in New York, Chris, when they get like offended when you're making jokes, I want to scream.
Yeah, I'm like, shut up.
It's just so unacceptable.
Do I get in the lip too?
You
Or
can.
No, you
Not
don't have
too
to.
much.
No, let me
But just enough that it.
that's perfect because it'll
Uh-huh.
honestly looks great.
You think so?
Yeah,
Thank you.
it makes your eyes.
And
pop.
honestly, we knew you were
Thank
gonna
you.
look good, goth. We knew it.
Yeah. I like it.
Have you ever like enjoyed a little eyeliner? You know, how boys always like there's always a Halloween costume involving some sort of makeup.
I don't know that I enjoyed it. What I will say is that the times that we used to do guy code and girl code and get like full makeup, I never would take a wipe. I would keep it on for the rest of the day.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this looks good.
Yeah. I would stay with the makeup on for the
Jazzy would be
remainder.
like, why is there makeup? Who did you fuck last night? You're like, it's actually my own makeup.
It's me.
No,
Oh yeah,
I know. Oh my God, when they would do that.
Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like fulfilling our goth fantasy.
Of course. I wish. I guess I'm not the most goth guy, but
That
you
was
know,
the joke, yeah.
that was it. Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
what we needed.
We got
right
exactly
here.
what we needed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. Happy to be goth. I feel good here. I will keep this on. I think I'm definitely gonna get back in the Uber with this.
Yeah. Oh, I dare you.
100%.
Just do it and don't say anything. I always forget when I'm like doing some sort of prop thing and then I'll just be out in a fucking cheerleading costume.
Yeah.
Chris,
Just
we
running
love you.
around.
Thank you. We
Love
hope
you.
you'll come back one day.
100%.
And spend. We like to call ourselves rotten sperm because we all had really old dads when we were conceived.
Oh.
Actually, you'd like this fact.
Yeah.
My dad is about 7 years older than Anne Frank.
Wow. Older than Anne
You
Frank.
thought you liked World War II. He liked World War I.
So how old is your father?
He's dead, but he would have been 100.
Whoa. That's very, very, very interesting. Wow, I like that. You know, I just learned that the last person whose father fought in the Civil War in 1861, 1865, just died like 6 months ago. There was guy who fought in the Civil War. He had his child when he was 80. And then that man lived to like 99 and just died recently. So it's like, but a man who was walking around, his actual direct father was a Civil War veteran.
Well, this is why I think that I have really bad genetics, is because I'm actually an older prototype than you and you. Because it's like I'm from a generation.
We cut you open. It's boomer the whole way.
No, it's true. I think I'm a boomer inside. That's why I have a heart condition. I have like weird autoimmune stuff because my shit just hasn't evolved to your level.
So healthy. I just like cannot believe it.
I know.
It's like so hard
That's
to
what
believe.
pisses me off.
She fucking spearfishes and shit. She's like,
oh my God.
But I have like frailties about me that really pisses me off, and that's why I don't recommend having old daddies. So you're good. I'm glad you got your kids out the way.
I feel healthy.
Young
You're not
daddy.
healthy. You feel
We're
healthy
fine.
now?
I'm gonna have to mate with an old dad no matter what. So.
Yeah.
But not in his 60s.
I made him
No.
with a young zaddy.
Oh yeah.
And all my sperm went in. It wasn't like, a pull out. And then it was like, it wasn't, both my children are not like pre-cum children. It's like full load kids. So that's positive. That's why I think they're so, I just gave it
Daddy
my all.
left it in. Daddy left it in for you.
I gave you everything.
Woke up in the morning. It's like in that Third
Yeah.
Eye Blind song, like when they fell asleep inside you or whatever. When I fell asleep inside, I was like, and did you wake up inside me still? Get it out.
Get it out. Yeah.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this
We
video
need
and
this.
channel.
Our dads are old. We need this.
We don't have financial support from daddy.
And let
Well,
us
I
know
don't.
who should be
And
our
I'm like, he would still give me
surrogate.
money. He loves me.
Yes. Who should be
Comment what you think. Like who should we get as our surrogates? Maybe we should all get the same person. All right, we'll see you guys next week.